Hello, it's Julie and welcome to my day 8 of 365 days of crafting videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy passport cover. I have a friend at work, I'm a food server at night, who is leaving on a trip next week, and she had seen my server book that I made for myself, and she said, "Can you please make me a passport cover for my passport?" So I thought, I'll do a video on it. So what you will need is 2 different fabrics. I have some really cute contrasting fabric here, and you're going to cut out one of each, and you're going to measure that 6 inches by 12 inches. You will also need a chopstick for when you turn it inside out to get the corners nice and neat. I cut this out with a rotary cutter and a ruler. You can also do it by hand. Just make sure you measure very well. You will also need a sewing machine, some pins, and basically that's all you need to get started. So the first thing that you want to do is take your fabric, make sure that you have right sides together, and you're going to actually sew this with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You're going to leave 2 inches open at the top. Okay, so once you've sewn around and left your 2-inch space at the top, you are going to cut off, or trim actually, your corners. Just trim it very close to the edge. And then you are going to turn it right side out. This is where the chopstick comes in handy. Make sure that you don't poke through the corners. You just want to lightly tap on them so you get them out. So once you have all the corners out, you're going to go ahead and press this down. I like to use the chopstick here too to kind of get the edges even as well. You're going to go ahead and press that. When you get to the opening, just make sure that you line it up so it's nice and straight, and then go ahead and press that down. So once you have it all pressed out, make sure you press both sides. So now we are going to go ahead and sew this down 1/4 inch from the edge all the way around. I like to start from the open part and make sure you get that shut first. Try to make it as even as possible. Then once you have that sewn all the way around, make sure you trim off all of your threads. Okay, so now on to the next step. So then the next thing you're going to do is make your folds. I'm going to use this side for the inside of my passport cover. So I'm going to fold one side and measure it to 1 3/4. And then I'm going to take the other side and measure it to 2 1/4. And then I'm going to go ahead and press that down. And then once you have that pressed down, we're ready to go back to the sewing machine. So now we're going to go ahead and sew these flaps down. So the next thing you're going to do is just pin the edges of that. You won't sew over the pins, but it's nice to have it so it's nice and flat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sew around 1/8 of an inch all the way around to secure the flaps. So when you begin this, you want to start in a little. Since the fabric is so thick on this, you want to make sure that it starts. So start in a little bit and then just backtrack. Make sure that when you get to the next flap that you're holding it tightly so it doesn't wrinkle. So go all the way around So when you're done sewing all the way around, you just fold it in half, and there you have your passport cover. And the way you put your passport in is I have my faux passport here. You put the first side into the larger slot, and then the second side into the smaller slot. And now you're ready to go on your trip. So happy traveling, and thank you so much for joining me for day 8 of my 365 days of crafting videos, and I will see you tomorrow.